What is up, my Canadian cousins? Bonjour, bienvenue, welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you again on this Friday. Well, it's Friday for me. I don't know when you're going to be watching it, but it's Friday right now for me, so I'm in a relatively decent mood. I've been in a funk lately relative to, yes, what is happening in my country, and I am so dismayed. You all know that, but I am trying my very best to look at the silver lining, to find grace and comfort in all of those whom I surround myself with, and I truly appreciate all the wonderful support and comments I've been getting lately as I've been taking a hard look at what's been going on by my government relative to yours. Such interesting times, my friends, that we are in. You guys are now going to have an election at the end of this month. Your future will be determined by however the next prime minister, whether it be Pierre Poilievre or Mark Carney, deals with us, but deals with a lot of your internal political issues that need to be addressed, because every country is a work in progress. We would like to think our countries are progressing forward. Mine certainly isn't, and it is heartbreaking to me, and I hope that that changes beginning in the midterm elections in 2026, and hopefully thereafter when the administration of the White House changes. But for now, all I can do is speak out, and so I'll probably take my shot at a comedy video next. I know this hour has 22 minutes, continues to do some funny stuff and probably some political satire, so I can kind of laugh at the situation with you guys if I can. But for now, a couple of weeks ago, one of the frequent commenters on my channel, Ottawa James, thank you James for your support and for watching, suggested that I revisit a music reaction, which I haven't done in a while on the channel. And he suggested specifically that I do Joni Mitchell. I really started to listen to Joni Mitchell more than ever before. I've always known her in the periphery of my life, but never knew a lot of her songs specifically, never took a deep dive. I had bought this album at a used record store. I love listening to vinyl, and so this album, Clouds by Joni Mitchell, the song that was requested that I do is the fiddle and the drum. There are lyrics in here. I didn't read it, I'm not going to read it. I've listened to this album a few times since I bought it, so I do know the song only in the sense that it is a kind of slow, got a sad tone to it, and I believe it was a Vietnam War protest song, but I never listened that closely. I think the reason it was suggested to me at this point was because there is some, perhaps, poignancy to it based on what's going on. So I'm going to listen to it and react, and we will see on the flip side and see how relevant it is to today's issue at hand. Okay, my friends, stick with me. If you like this content and you're so inclined, please hit the like button. And if you're not already, please subscribe. All right, my friends, see you on the flip side. I forgot to mention, so I'm editing this in. I'm sure I didn't really need to tell any of you this, but Joni Mitchell has lived in the United States for a long time, I believe, but is Canadian by birth, in heart and soul, from Saskatchewan. All right, take care.
And so once again, my dear Johnny, my dear friend, and so once again, you are fighting us all. And when I ask you why, you raise your sticks and cry, and I follow, my friend. How did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum? You say I have turned like the enemies you've earned, but I can remember all the good things you are. And so I ask you, please, can I help you find the peace and the star? Oh, my friend, what time is this to trade the handshake for the fist?
All right, I'm pausing. It's about halfway through. Okay, I get it. So once again, Johnny is us. Johnny is the USA, trading the fiddle for the drum, the handshake for the fist, fighting us all. Very apropos of what my government is doing right now. Internally, to us, and to you, and to the rest of the world, to our allies.
And so once again, oh, America, my friend. And so once again, you are fighting us all. And when we ask you why, you raise your sticks and cry, and we follow, my friend. How did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum? You say we have turned like the enemies you've earned, but we can remember all the good things you are. And so we ask you, please, can we help you find the peace and the star? Oh, my friend, we have all come to fear the beating of your drum.
Well, my friends, well. Oh, yeah, that was depressing. And apropos of what is going on right now, I have the lyrics here on the album. I'm just going to take a look at some of the things that really resonated with me. And so once again, oh, America, my friend. And so once again, you're fighting us all. And when we ask you why, you raise your sticks and cry, and we fall. Oh, my friend, how did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum? I wish I knew. I wish I knew in this current climate how we got here. I don't know. I really don't. I could spend an hour saying what I think. Not going to do that. I just hope that the damage isn't permanent. I know it will take a long time to recover from this when this crazy man is gone. But the sadness of this song really makes me sad. It really does. It brings it all out, and I can hear it in her voice, and it feels like she was very, very sincere, obviously supporting the peace movement and which a lot of Americans did here in their protests, which ultimately stopped the Vietnam War because it became increasingly unpopular here, and the riots and the social upheaval and everything that came with that. You say we've turned like the enemies you've earned, but we can remember all the good things you are. And so we ask you, please, can we help you find the peace and the star? Oh, my friend, we have all come to fear the beating of your drum. Those words couldn't resonate more right now, and I get it. So we fear it too, my friends. I was happy when I started this video. I'm not anymore, but it's okay. It's okay. This was important. And look, I get it. I appreciate the suggestion to do the song. I'm glad I did. I love you guys. Keep fighting. Stay strong. Elbows up. And I'll keep mine up. Take care. So I've really been thinking about this song. I've been thinking about it for like the last half hour. I'm revisiting it now. I'm editing this in. And, one thing that I just thought of that I wanted to say was the song was written during the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was an ill-advised policy, especially with hindsight, especially with what we know, especially with the Pentagon Papers having been subsequently released, that we were fighting it even when we knew that it was never going to be successful, to save face, and that was not good. None of it was good. And the human cost of that was absolutely horrendous. But at least it was a policy in furtherance of trying to stop the spread of communism in our containment policy. And that policy was successful at times and was horrendous at times. But it was policy for a reason that we thought was existential to the Western democracies. The way that Donald Trump is handling America's place in the world and what it's doing to our friend and allies, it's at the whim of an incompetent, crazy buffoon. And that's what makes it just even more frustrating. I didn't live through Vietnam. I was a little kid when the war ended. So this just, I don't know. I mean, it's just so frustrating to, have to be forced to be a passenger in this clown car that is on a collision course with the rest of the Western world, and I hate it. But it is what it is. All right, my friends. I just wanted to kind of make that distinction and say that, why I'm feeling brokenhearted is primarily for that reason. All right, my friends. Thanks for indulging me.
You raise your sticks and cry, and we follow, my friend. How did you come to trade the fiddle for the drum?